Well, for those of you that are just joining us in for our live webcast, a very warm welcome here from Tri-Lakes, the home of Bennett's Water Ski and Wakeboard School, and the site of LA Night Jam 5. The first action that we have on tap for us today will involve our women's elimination round jumpers, and we're so glad that you're all with us and tuning in to the fine pictures that are being transmitted right now. We have a camera situated to the shoreline, and we also have a camera situated downstream, and we'll have pictures from both when the event gets up and running. But rest assured, if you're watching these pictures now, we are live, and look forward to bringing you some excellent coverage of this event. So don't go away.
This is a memorial museum here, but it's named after Admiral Kidd, not Captain Kidd the pirate.
So I can't ride it around, but I can definitely jump inside and walk through?
It's not the Sigma Chi house. You can go through the whole deal.
Then I'll put my beer bong back in the car.
Yeah, that's right.
All aboard the USS Kidd in downtown Baton Rouge. A patriotic Mo Isom reporting for duty, and just maybe a little kids play.
So the USS Kidd was built in 1943. Actually looks exactly like it did in nights from 1945. What are you doing?
I'm steering the ship.
What are you wearing?
They made me wear this.
They made you wear it.
Yeah.
Do you want to hang out?
Sure.
Woo! Woo! We're spinning! Did you have any experience ROTC, military?
I had 2 years in Air Force ROTC, and it told me never come back.
Never come back, but
Never.
I bet you look good in that uniform. It's just a guess. I'm trying to flirt with you here.
Well, I'm trying to cooperate.
Incoming fire! Incoming fire! Whoa.
My name's Mo.
Oh. Hey, look, there's a casino. You're too young to go there. Ah, the meatloaf!
You're going to put the hack on this video, aren't you?
These beds are not made for this much woman.
Wake up! Wake up!
What's going on?
We just got a message.
A message. I'll ring it in. Hello? It's from your mom.
What'd she say?
Dinner's gonna be ready in 10. We gotta get you home. Thanks. That is a must-see. The USS Kidd, so much fun and also an unbelievable slice of history. I mean, this is a ship that helped us win World War II. Come honor the greatest generation. Check out the USS Kidd when you're in Baton Rouge. Bring out the kid in yourself. So much fun. I chipped a nail. Mo Isom here at the breathtakingly beautiful and truly historic Nottoway Plantation. Let's go see if this shack is worth adding to my real estate portfolio. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well.
Welcome to Nottoway.
Can we look inside?
Yeah, come on.
Awesome. It's like a resort. You said that you grew up around the area, so you're really familiar with everything?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy working at the plantation?
I can't not love working here. You're walking into a beautiful old house. You can't just go to work and be like, oh, darn, I have to go to a plantation. A lot of the time, our guests actually come more than once because they love us so much. People can actually have dinner in here.
So if you come to Nottoway to visit, you can actually sleep in the Nottoway house with all of the gold and the expensive furniture. Did they have an iHome back in the day? Can I look what's back here?
I mean, you really shouldn't go, okay.
Oh, cool.
What are you wearing?
What on earth? I learned to conduct an orchestra the other day from a conductor. There was a lot of wrist flicking.
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably also play a harp.
You're not really supposed to touch the harp.
I can't touch the harp.
You're not really supposed to touch the harp.
I will touch the harp. So this plantation home was like ransacked during the Civil War?
Yeah, it didn't get destroyed thanks to Miss Randolph. Her husband left her during the war to go grow cotton because he wanted more money. Took the sons, took the boys, left her here pregnant. And she had kitchen knives that she'd protect the house with.
Someone's gonna have to run me out of here with a knife. I don't want to leave.
That can be arranged. We do anything for our guests here at Nottoway.
I feel like I want to use a cat.
This is a memorial museum here, but it's named after Admiral Kidd, not Captain Kidd the pirate.
So I can't ride it around, but I can definitely jump inside and walk through.
It's not the Sigma Chi house. You can go through the whole deal.
Then I'll put my beer bong back in the car.
Yeah, that's right.
All aboard the USS Kidd in downtown Baton Rouge. A patriotic Mo Isom reporting for duty and just maybe a little kids play.
So the USS Kidd was built in 1943. Actually looks exactly like it did in nights from 1945. What are you doing?
I'm steering the ship.
What are you wearing?
They made me wear this.
They made you wear it. Do you want to hang out?
Sure.
Woo! We're spinning! Did you have any experience ROTC, military?
I had 2 years in Air Force ROTC, and it told me
Okay.
never come back.
Never come back, but
Never.
I bet you look good in that uniform. It's just a guess. I'm trying to flirt with you here.
Well, I'm trying to cooperate.
Incoming fire! Incoming fire!
Guess what my name is?
Amanda?
Do I look like an Amanda? It rhymes with go.
Whoa.
My name's Mo.
Oh. Hey, look, there's a casino. You're not too young to go there. Ah, the meatloaf!
You're going to put the hack on this video, aren't you?
These beds are not made for this much woman.
Wake up! Wake up!
Hold on.
We just got a message.
A message. I'll ring it in. Hello? It's from your mom.
What she said?
Dinner's gonna be ready in 10. We gotta get you home. Thanks. That is a must-see. The USS Kidd, so much fun and also an unbelievable slice of history. I mean, this is a ship that helped us win World War II. Come honor the greatest generation. Check out the USS Kidd when you're in Baton Rouge. Bring out the kid in yourself. So much fun. I chipped a nail.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you just joining in, welcome to lanightjam.com, or if you're watching it directly from YouTube, a big warm welcome to you guys as well. As you could probably tell, we're not quite starting on time with the women's elimination around the jump. This is because we've got a little bit of a technical delay going on with one or two of the cameras, which have been reliably informed that Mr. Robert Howerton, our technical controller, is on the job right now, as you can see on the screen that you're watching right now. Time from our facility is 12:08 Central Daylight Time. And wherever you have to be joining us from, wherever you happen to be in the world, a big warm welcome to you. But as it stands right now, we are in a technical delay, and we'll get back to our event as soon as we have them resolved.
This is a memorial museum here, but it's named after Admiral Kidd, not Captain Kidd the pirate.
So I can't ride it around, but I can definitely jump inside and walk through.
It's not the Sigma Chi house. You can go through the whole deal.
Then I'll put my beer bong back in the car.
Yeah, that's right.
All aboard the USS Kidd in downtown Baton Rouge. A patriotic Mo Isom reporting for duty and just maybe a little kids play.
So the USS Kidd was built in 1943. Actually looks exactly like it did in nights from 1945. What are you doing?
I'm steering the ship.
What are you wearing?
They made me wear this.
They made you wear it. Do you want to hang out?
Sure.
Woo! We're spinning! Did you have any experience ROTC, military?
I had 2 years in Air Force ROTC, and they told me
Okay.
never come back.
Never come back, but
Never.
I bet you look good in that uniform. It's just a guess. I'm trying to flirt with you here.
Well, I'm trying to cooperate.
Incoming fire! Incoming fire!
Guess what my name is?
Amanda?
Do I look like an Amanda? It rhymes with go.
Whoa.
My name's Mo.
Oh. Hey, look, there's a casino. You're too young to go there. Ah, the meatloaf!
You're going to put the hack on this video, aren't you?
These beds are not made for this much woman.
Wake up! Wake up!
Hold on.
We just got a message.
A message. I'll ring it in. Hello? It's from your mom.
What'd she say?
Dinner's gonna be ready in 10. We gotta get you home. Thanks. That is a must-see. The USS Kidd, so much fun and also an unbelievable slice of history. I mean, this is a ship that helped us win World War II. Come honor the greatest generation. Check out the USS Kidd when you're in Baton Rouge. Bring out the kid in yourself. So much fun. I chipped a nail. Mo Isom here at the breathtakingly beautiful and truly historic Nottoway Plantation. Let's go see if this shack is worth adding to my real estate portfolio. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well.
Welcome to Nottoway.
Can we look inside?
Yeah, come on.
Awesome. It's like a resort. You said that you grew up around the area, so you're really familiar with everything?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy working at the plantation?
I can't not love working here. You're walking into a beautiful old house. You can't just go to work and be like, oh, darn, I have to go to a plantation. A lot of the time, our guests actually come more than once because they love us so much. People can actually have dinner in here.
So if you come to Nottoway to visit, you can actually sleep in the Nottoway house with all of the gold and the expensive furniture. Did they have an iHome back in the day? Can I look what's back here?
I mean, you really shouldn't go, okay.
Oh.
Cool. What are you wearing?
What on earth? I learned to conduct an orchestra the other day from a conductor. There was a lot of wrist flicking.
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably also play a harp.
Well, you're not really supposed to touch the harp.
I can't touch the harp.
You're not really supposed to touch the harp.
I will touch the harp. So this plantation home was like ransacked during the Civil War?
Yeah, it didn't get destroyed thanks to Miss Randolph. Her husband left her during the war to go
fight?
to grow cotton because he wanted more money. Took the sons, took the boys, left her here pregnant. And she had kitchen knives that she'd protect the house with.
Somebody's gonna have to run me out of here with a knife. I don't want to leave.
That can be arranged. We do anything for our guests here at Nottoway.
I feel like I want to use a cat.
Wow.
This is a memorial museum here.
Okay, good afternoon for those of you that are just joining us into this live webcast of the elimination round of LA Night Jam 5. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Tony Lightfoot, your webcast announcer. During the course of this event, during the main event, you'll be hearing from the dulcet tones of Hank Longo and Chris Sullivan, and I'll be providing a little bit of continuity in between, along with updates of the results and and just making sure that this webcast stays up and running in the best way possible. So far as our current state of events as they stand right now, we are currently in delay. We're trying to get one or two technical difficulties ironed out. Jump in, as pretty much with everything to do with water skiing, is a highly technical sport. Everything needs to be in place and needs to be running absolutely spot on in order to make sure that the competition is conducted in a fair and impartial way. And we hope to get the competition up and running very, very soon with the women's elimination round of jumps. If you are tuning in via our YouTube player, you're watching us right now naturally and listening to my voice. But if you go to lanightjam.com, not only will you actually see the YouTube embed with the women's jump elimination preliminary round, but also to the right of that player, you will also see the special player for the last chance qualifier that will take place immediately afterwards.
Mo Isom here at the breathtakingly beautiful.
And a little bit of sound coming through from our internal DDR, but apologize for that. But as I was saying, on that LA Night Jam webcast page, not only will you find the preliminary round, which you're watching right now, but also the last chance qualifier. And below that, you will actually see updated results jump by jump in both metric and feet. And we'll be doing that throughout the entire course of the event, both for women's and for men's. And we'll try and keep you informed the best way that we can. Also via social media, using Facebook and Twitter as often as we can. But it can get quite hectic from time to time. But if you're watching us, we do appreciate you. Right now, we are in delay. But we will be taken to the water very, very soon. Before we go into our women's elimination round of jumpers, we'll have a couple of forerunners to ensure that everything is working before we go into the competition proper. We'll have Cullen Parker and I believe Kerry Lee. I'm not too sure, but I know that Cullen Parker is on the dock right now. He's one of our top junior jumpers in the South Central region, and he's been training here at Bennett Water Ski and Wakeboard School. Looks like we got to have our other camera back online. Yes, indeed we do. And look forward to receiving some excellent pictures there as well. But as I was saying, and without waffling on too much, we are currently in delay right now. And I'll give you something to watch courtesy of our good friends at visitbatonrouge.com. Check it.
Mo Isom here at the breathtakingly beautiful and truly historic Nottoway Plantation. Let's go see if this shack is worth adding to my real estate portfolio.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well.
Welcome to Nottoway.
Can we look inside?
Yeah, come on.
Awesome. It's like a resort. You said that you grew up around the area, so you're really familiar with everything?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy working at the plantation?
I can't not love working here. You're walking into a beautiful old house. You can't just go to work and be like, oh, darn, I have to go to a plantation. A lot of the time, our guests actually come more than once because they love us so much. People can actually have dinner in here.
So if you come to Nottoway to visit, you can actually sleep in the Nottoway house with all of the gold and the expensive furniture. Did they have an iHome back in the day? Can I look what's back here?
I mean, you really shouldn't go, okay.
Oh, cool.
What are you wearing?
What on earth? I learned to conduct an orchestra the other day from a conductor. There was a lot of wrist flicking.
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably also play a harp.
Well, you're not really supposed to touch the harp.
I can't touch the harp.
You're not really supposed to touch the harp.
I won't touch the harp. So this plantation home was like ransacked during the Civil War?
Yeah, it didn't get destroyed thanks to Miss Randolph. Her husband left her during the war to go grow cotton because he wanted more money. Took the sons, took the boys, left her here pregnant. And she had kitchen knives that she'd protect the house with.
Somebody's gonna have to run me out of here with a knife. I don't want to leave.
That can be arranged. We do anything for our guests here at Nottoway.
I feel like I want to use a cat.
Okay, for those of you that are watching in, thank you very much indeed for doing so. LA Night Jam elimination round competition will take place in just a few moments' time, whilst we get a few wrinkles out, a few of those technical gremlins that crop up from time to time. But in the meantime, let me mention a few of our sponsors that have helped us out with this event. We have a Clear Channel, iHeart radio stations of Baton Rouge. In their portfolio is 102.5 WFMF, 101.5 WYNK, 96.1 The River, 97.7 Downtown Radio, News Radio 1150 WJBO, and Comedy 1230 AM, along with Arsenal Communications, 008 Magazine, and Central Speaks. Those are our media sponsors. Among the primary sponsors for this competition, Girls That Fly, the City of Zachary, Tsunami's restaurant in downtown Baton Rouge, along with Bennett's Water Ski School, Radar Skis, Visit Baton Rouge, Whitney Bank, Napa Auto Parts, Lane Regional Medical Center, The Cafe, Southern ENT Associates, OJ Props, and Coconut Willie's Daiquiris. And right next to them, we have Oshner Health System, Holiday Inn Express, Eagle Sports, Lake Dwellers, Autotrader.com, San Antonio Surgical Arts, AirFX Sky Tracker, and Scion of Baton Rouge. Supporting sponsors, we have Ilmore Engines, Crucial Clothing, All Pro Audio, Hyperlight, Bank of Zachary, Demco, Coca-Cola, Firefly Sweet Tea Vodka, Community Coffee, and Quality Tire and Car Care Center. All of these sponsors have contributed very, very nicely to our event, and we really do appreciate all of those companies' helps. Among our contributors, we have Fox's Pizza Den, Cabot's Grill, Francois Cafe and Grill, Surreal Creation Cakes, Area Transmissions, Babes Boat Care Products, LeBlanc's Food Stores, Sky Systems Helmets, Superior Grill of Baton Rouge, Board and Dairy, and last but by no means least, Subway. So, those are our sponsors, and we thank each of them very, very much indeed for their participation in this event. So we'll be starting very, very soon. We're just getting one or two wrinkles out. Okay, for those of you that are joining us and wondering what's going on, we are taking 1 or 2 Forerunners to prepare for the competition among our women. So our jumper on the water is Colin Parker. Decent effort out there on his first jump. We'll try and get our other camera back online. The camera that's along the shoreline that currently doesn't have any power to it, but we'll try and get that rectified in time for the women's elimination round. So, but rest assured that we're working towards that aim. Excuse me.
Estimate is 114114.
Travis is next.
So we have to work on the camera before we can move right into women.
Anyway. All right then, our Forerunner, Colin Parker. We'll see what he has in store for us. Up, over, and we'll pass on that particular effort right there. So we'll have a look at this again. All right then, so we have got Colin Parker. We'll have a look and see if he has the goods again. Rest assured, if you're watching our webcast, we do have another camera that will be following our women's elimination round jumpers. Let's take a look at this again. Decent, oh, nice lift there. A decent looking jump there from Colin Parker. good form. As we have a look at the action replay for all of you to follow, as he makes his way back towards the dock. Very nicely done in the air, and equally fine camera work by our stand-in camera person right next to the announcing spot, Miss Charlotte Wharton. Yes, indeed. And a wonderful view of the site right here and now at Tri Lakes, and we will return to the site to continue on with our live webcast in just a moment.
This is a memorial museum here, but it's named after Admiral Kidd, not Captain Kidd the pirate.
So I can't ride it around, but I can definitely jump inside and walk through.
It's not the Sigma Chi house. You can go through the whole deal.
Then I'll put my beer bong back in the car.
Yeah, that's right.
All aboard the USS Kidd in downtown Baton Rouge. A patriotic Mo Isom reporting for duty and just maybe a little kids play.
So the USS Kidd was built in 1943. Actually looks exactly like it did in nights
From 1945. What are you doing?
I'm steering the ship.
What are you wearing?
They made me wear this.
They made you wear it.
Yeah.
Do you want to hang out?
Sure.
Woo! We're spinning! Did you have any experience ROTC, military?
I had 2 years in Air Force ROTC, and they told me never come back.
Never come back, but
Never.
I bet you look good in that uniform. It's just a guess. I'm trying to flirt with you here.
Well, I'm trying to cooperate.
Incoming fire! Incoming fire!
Guess what my name is?
Amanda?
Do I look like an Amanda? It rhymes with go.
Whoa.
My name's Mo.
Oh. Hey, look, there's a casino. You're not too young to go there. Ah, the meatloaf!
You're going to put the hack on.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're abruptly coming out of that Visit Baton Rouge ad spot, and getting back in towards the action, because the next one of our Forerunners, in order to test our equipment, is none other than one of our officials, Kerry Lee. So she knows all too well the importance of these kinds of jumps. Taking a pretty shallow 3/4 cut by the looks of things. Up over a decent landing, and she'll be relatively pleased with that as we take a look at our slow motion replay. And sitting right next to me, and chomping at the bit to grab that microphone and comment a little bit more on Kerry Lee's jump, are the dulcet tones of Mr. Hank Longo. How you doing, sir?
Tony, great to be here with you and to be on this broadcast. And Kerry Lee getting things going for us. So we're going to have an exciting afternoon here with some of the best women jumpers in the world, a lot of the best women jumpers in the world, actually, here at the LA Night Jam and in this preliminary round.
Yes, indeed. Can't agree with you more there. And we'll try and get some distances on some of these jumps. But I think these jumps are well in excess of 100 feet, maybe pushing 110 feet on one or two occasions. But it's good to see Kerry out there, a long-time national championship competitor, more in tune with the official side of our sport now, having travelled around the world and across the nation on many, many occasions officiating, and we certainly appreciate her for doing that. So, excuse me? This is supposed to come through here.
Well, Tony, Kerry is one of those skiers that definitely gives back to the sports, which is so admirable, you know, because it's a volunteer sport on the national level. And if you didn't have people like Kerry donating their time to officiate and judge, and here she comes, jump number 2.
And a decent effort there on jump number 2.
Yeah, just kind of taking it easy as we get into our seated professional skiers coming in. We're going to see a lot more aggressive approach coming to the ramp. Carrie taking a pretty conservative approach as she's cutting into the ramp and scoring a 95-foot jump on jump number 2. So as we get into the professional women, we're going to see jumps of, starting at 130 and 140. Then we'll get up to 150. The world record's 199. So we've got a lot of room to move as we get our top seeded, the best of the world women jumpers to come out here today at Tri-Lakes in beautiful Zachary, Louisiana.
And just chomping at the bit to see some of those world record distance jumps coming through. And Hank Longo, he's no stranger to competitive water ski jumping himself. Long-time national championship competitor. You are actually a current national champion, I believe, in men's 5, isn't it?
Well, men's 6. I'm getting up there
now.
a little bit more, but still feeling like a kid out there on the water. And thanks, Tony. Yep, it's a passion of mine. And what's so neat is to be able to ski with all these best skiers in the world and hang out at the dock with them and chat with them and listen to what they focus on and what they think about and what makes a long jump. And we're going to see more of that come into play as we get our professional women out there really taking a crack at it. But here comes Carrie Lee on jump number 3.
Decent effort out there, nice landing and good steady ride out. That's exactly what the officials need in order to try and get everything set.
Very respectable job as we get things underway here at the preliminary rounds of the LA Night Jam.
And looking at our action replay, I'm sure that Hank appreciates being able to take a closer look, a slower look at this jump to see if there's anything that she can do to kind of tidy up her technique a little bit, probably a little bit early if...
she's taking a conservative approach at this and a little early, and it's when you have that tight line and that good hard pull from the boat. She's not that wide when she's making her turn to the ramp, but she's out here just to work on her jumps and get a few good jumps under her belt. And as we get into the more advanced jumpers, you're going to see them wide around the boat, bringing in more speed into the ramp and getting much more lift and flight through the air.
Yes, certainly. I mean, it's a combination of certain things. Having the speed is one thing, but having the position of the skis, being able to utilize that position in an upward fashion and being able to create the height and couple that with the speed to give you absolutely brilliant distance.
You're right, Tony. It's a kind of a 1-2 punch combination. You've got to have the speed coming into the bottom, the pull from the boat, but you also need to get the lift to go along with it. And that 1-2 punch combination is really how the skiers get their long distances.
Yes, certainly cannot agree with you there more. All right, then. I'm not too sure who we have on the water right now, but I think it's probably it's Travis and one of our ski school workers who has been instrumental in pulling together sponsors for this particular event. And we thank him very much, very much for doing that. And but aside from what he does out there, pounding the pavement, getting sponsors and so on and so forth, he's been known to throw out a few jumps out there. Not the tidiest of jumpers, I do have to say, but he's skiing on some very long jumpers, formerly Igor Morozov's jump skis, and you'll see a little bit more of Igor tomorrow when we have the elimination round of the men's competition. But I think Hank would be rather interested to see this guy jump and see if he can offer a little bit of critique based upon his... Yeah, he'll be on the 5-foot jump. But he's going to take a good stab at this, and pumped to be here for LA Night Jam, no doubt. Let's see if that translates to some good distance.
Come on, hang on, and he rides it out. The toughest thing is the landings. I have lost a few national championships because I haven't ridden them out, and it's heartbreaking, let me tell you. But a nice opening jump is a little conservative, not coming in too hard, too fast, but good way to get things going here.
Certainly off to a good start. We'll try and get a distance.
And as you can see, Tony, in that how he's having to hang on there, and he does it and gets pulled up out of the water, and it can be tough. You get back on those longer skis, and they glide away from you, and sometimes you can catch an edge and just get pulled over, or just the way the boat pulls you from the way you're holding onto the rope can get you to lean over sideways, and you're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I've lost 1 or 2 jumps myself, critical jumps in competition when I was actually competing, and never really got to the stage where I was jumping on the long jumpers. Basically, injury forced me to quit jumping around about 1995 or 1996, and then around about that time the long skis started to come through, and basically everyone
changed the sport,
put about 10-15 feet on top of everyone else's jumpers.
Well, you get more speed, you have longer length. If you can kind of go back to the day when they used to have longer skis for downhill racing, that longer edge, longer ski brings in more speed into the bottom of the ramp.
Oh,
and,
hello.
A lot of out of position on that jump caught us right in a good part of the conversation about how the longer skis get speed. Well, if you get back on them, that's the kind of problem that you'll have coming off the top of the ramp.
Yes, indeed. Getting the speed off those skis is the easy part. Being able to control them in the process is
the difficult part.
Is a little bit hard, to say the least. As we'll take a look at our super slow-mo action replay.
Okay, well, you can see him coming into the bottom, and right here he's probably pulled his hands in a little bit by the way he's back on his skis, coming off the top of the ramp, and then boom, on his heels, and
that's never
fun.
No, that's never fun when certain body parts hit the water before your skis do.
But you see, this is the most important thing right here, Tony. He's back up on his skis. You know, you got to get back on that saddle. You got to go ride that bronc again. And to see Travis get up on his skis again and come back is good. 2 good things about it. Number 1, you're coming back and going to take a jump again, and let's get this out of our system. But number 2, he didn't get hurt, the most important thing.
Yes, indeed. And getting back on that proverbial horse, so to speak, and continuing to jump. I tell you what, it does take a good measure of toughness to take a fall like that and get back out there and really get after it. And we'll see if Travis Smith can do it.
Well, he's got a good approach on his setup, nice and wide on the boat, so he has a good angle coming through the wakes into the.
Whoa! Hello. But remarkably, he managed to get his body over his skis in time for the landing, and it actually looked to be probably his best jump out of the 3.
Yep, he got some speed, got a little slip on the ramp, got pulled towards the boat a little bit, but that means he had a tight line, and that opening jump of 112 actually is going to be his longest jump, 111 on jump number 3.
All right, and apologies for those of you who are watching the webcast right now, expecting to see an alternate camera view. We're trying to get that situated in time, but we're watching Travis Smith's last jump. We see Megan Seegert on the dock. She is our first competitor out, our first official competitor out, but we'll wait a little bit before we continue on. Make sure that absolutely everything that should be in place is in place, and we can continue on with the competition. So, a lot of preparation goes into this event, and we've even got a stage for our headline country music act, Jason Mitchell. We'll see if Charlotte can pan the camera around and see that stage being driven in. Yeah, we take our event seriously here in South Louisiana.
Oh boy, it's going to be a great night tomorrow night at the LA Night Jam for 2013, and you know, it's such a treat, Tony, to be at an event like this and have the honor and to share this time with you talking about the skiers and this prelim competition we have going on. But then again, tomorrow night to be with the best jumpers in the world. If you're a fan of water ski jumping, it doesn't get any better than this.
Yes, indeed. I can't agree with you the more. I mean, we've seen some really, really good practice jumps so far. In fact, I might actually be able to have one of them on tap from a little bit earlier on today. We'll have a look at this. In fact, we'll see if we can switch over and have a look at this practice jump, courtesy of Ryan Dodd. Speed this up to about 100%.
Yeah, he really put one out of the ballpark earlier this morning in this practice round, and you can see the angle he gets, the speed and drive into the bottom of the ramp, and that lift and height, and he is just flying down the lake in a monster jump for Ryan Dodd. So, boy, if you're watching this and you have a chance to make it out tomorrow night, you have to. Or if you can't, please continue to watch this broadcast because it's going to be rocking and rolling. And, of course, Jay and Ann Bennett here at the Bennett Ski School do such a fabulous job. Jay is the consummate professional, he and Ann both. And when they put on an event, it is first class, and they are going all out to make this the best LA Night Jam ever, and to be invited to participate this is just fabulous. It's a great honor, and just looking for some incredible jumping that's going to happen today, and then of course for the big bucks on Saturday night under the lights.
Yes indeed, yes indeed.
Mo Isom here at the breathtakingly beautiful and truly historic Nottoway Plantation. Let's go see if this shack is worth adding to my real estate portfolio.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well.
Welcome to Nottoway.
Can we look inside?
Yeah, come on.
Awesome. It's like a resort. You said that you grew up around the area, so you're really familiar with everything?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy working at the plantation?
I can't not love working here. You're walking into a beautiful old house. You can't just go to work and be like, oh, darn, I have to go to a plantation. A lot of the time, our guests actually come more than once because they love us so much. People can actually have dinner in here.
So if you come to Nottoway to visit, you can actually sleep in the Nottoway house with all of the gold and the expensive furniture. Did they have an iHome back in the day? Can I look what's back here?
I mean, you really shouldn't go, okay.
Oh, cool.
What are you wearing?
What on earth? I learned to conduct an orchestra the other day from a conductor. There was a lot of wrist flicking.
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably also play a harp.
Well, you're not really supposed to touch the harp.
I can't touch the harp.
You're not really supposed to touch the
I
harp.
won't touch the harp. So this plantation home was like ransacked during the Civil War?
Yeah, it didn't get destroyed thanks to Miss Randolph. Her husband left her during the war to go grow cotton because he wanted more money. Took the sons, took the boys, left her here pregnant. And she had kitchen knives that she'd protect the house with.
Somebody's gonna have to run me out of here with a knife. I don't want to leave.
That can be arranged. We do anything for our guests here at Nottoway.
I feel like I want to use a cat.
Okay, folks, welcome back to LA Night Jam 5, the first competitor in the women's elimination round is about to take to the water. Skier on the water now, Megan Siegert. All right then, Megan Siegert. Getting ready for jump number 1. Decent looking jump, Hank.
Beautiful opening jump for Megan Siegert. She skis out here at the Bennett's here in Zachary, a registered nurse. She's had a longest jump of 159 feet. So one of these young gals that's really capable of putting one downtown.
And certainly waiting on the jump distance.
Well, we've got things going now, ladies and gentlemen, with our professional event here at the LA Jam. Had a couple skiers come out just to ski for a rating, get things going here, and now we are all set for our top women jumpers in the world, and that's a big jump of 145 feet for Megan Siegert.
Do you have that in metric, please?
Okay, well, she has set the pace. A registered nurse here in Zachary, Louisiana. Skis here at Tri Lakes, so this is like skiing in the backyard for her. It is skiing in the backyard. 45.1 meters, 148 feet correction on that. And here we go, jump number 2.
Okay, so decent effort there from Megan Siegert again.
Well, she really got things rocking here right from the get-go on jump number 1, 148 feet, 45 point. Yeah, didn't quite get it on that second jump, dropping down about 16 feet to a 132, 40.3 meters. So this is where the skier has to just kind of settle down on this ski back to the third jump. You go down the lake, you're going to turn around at the end and come back for jump number 3. And really what you want to focus on is everything that you can do to make it feel right.
Yeah.
You know, you can feel, well, maybe I didn't hit the turn on my countercut quite right. I can maybe come down a little bit or make a few more minute corrections. But the big thing is just to be smooth, relaxed, and have a rhythm in this setup, and then just bring it in hard into the bottom of the ramp. Okay, Megan Seeger coming in, jump number 3. Oh boy, that looked like a big jump. Very nice. Good speed coming into the bottom of the ramp, got good lift. You could see her float through the air. You can see her coming in with good speed. Now, as she comes off the ramp, she's square on her skis, and you see how she gets that nice float through the air and a beautiful landing. And ties her opening jump. So very consistent jumping for Megan Seeger. 148.45.1 meters.
And in fact, ties her first jump distance with 45.1. So not much difference between the first and third, but it is a good jump to set the pace on for our remaining competitors. Our next skier up is a young up-and-coming jumper from Canada, and placed on the podium, in fact, in the World Under-21 Championships. This is going to be Taryn Grant.
Taryn Grant going down the lake, getting ready to come back for jump number 1 out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. We have skiers, an international cast here at the LA Jam, skiers from all around the world, and that's what makes this such a special event. Is when we say we have the best skiers in the world, we do. They are from all around the world. And getting ready to move to the World Championships in Chile a little later on this fall. So this is a big, not only just a big professional tournament for them to compete in, but also keeps things going, keeps them revved up as they will go back to their respective countries and train for their team, for their country, or to ski as an independent. Here comes Taryn, jump number 1. Looking good on that one, too. Nice float through the air, nice lift off the top of the jump, and a way to get things going, and opening up with the dandy. Start.
Okay, Hank, looks like we got camera 1 back online along the shoreline, so we'll be able to see. Get the jump distance in a moment for Taryn Grant for 47.4 meters, 155. So that immediately vaults her into the lead there, Hank.
Excellent opening jump, and just a good way to get a feel of what's going on out there, the conditions, the wind. The wind makes a big difference. Got a little bit of a headwind going on today, which is perfect. You get that breeze underneath your skis when you come off the ramp. It gives you that cushion to lay over the front of your skis on and get a nice float through the air. The skiers love a headwind, and it's beautiful today. Oh,
look
man.
At that. Look at that.
Another big jump for Taryn.
Yeah, she definitely wants to throw it down out there. Absolutely no question whatsoever with that particular effort.
Well, skiing down here, a student at ULL, the University of Louisiana Lafayette. And boy, what a valuable member to their ski team she is. Started skiing at 2 years old up in Winnipeg and began competing at 7 years old.
160 feet, 160. That puts her, well,
extends her lead by 5 feet, Tony.
Indeed, absolutely.
But, you know, the thing that we have to look at is she is seated number 2 in this event, okay? So when you have 13 ladies competing and you're being seeded, and you're seeded because of your performance with the number 1 seed having the best performance, we're in for an afternoon of exciting professional women's jumping, that's for sure.
And let's not forget, I mean, we take 5 through from this round through to the final, but we also have an LCQ where one lucky competitor manages to get into the final. So we have a 6-skier final via a preliminary round of 5 skiers going through and then a 1-skier LCQ. Let's have a look at this.
Here we go. Jump number 3 had a 60 on jump number 2, and boy, gets out over the top of them on her 3rd and final jump. We'll see if it's further than 160 feet, but boy, she has come out rocking.
No doubt about that as you take a look at the action replay, getting everything out off that particular jump. Just a joy to see her out in the water, Taryn Grant of Canada. And she'll probably like this distance when it comes through. Her best jump thus far. Did you hear that? We'll try and get that distance again. You were breaking up. What's the distance?
50.5 meters.
Wow, 50.5 meters, 166 feet. Now that's
a big jump. That is a big jump, and the gals are going to have to go to work to surpass that. And that's really kind of getting into the make it or break it zone right there. 166 feet is a big jump, and you know, the gals can go further than that, but that's still setting the pace for the remaining women in this event. And, of course, our next skier coming out on the water, Natalia Bava. And this is kind of strange that she's coming out as a 3rd seed because she is the reigning women's world jump champion and she is the reigning women's world jump record holder.
Yes, indeed. And the reason why she comes in so early into the competition is basically because she hasn't skied a whole bunch of competitions due to injury. And the seeding is based upon the current IWWF World Elite Rankings list. And Natalia Bava has certainly been towards the higher echelons of that list on past occasions, but unfortunately, injuries have kind of taken their toll, but we're so glad to see her back. So Natalia Bava on the water right now.
Jump number 1, and she brings in a truckload of speed, and look at that lift and float down the lake. She is just so exciting to watch.
Truckload, Winnebago, station wagon, the
downtown.
Whole shooting match.
She goes, coming in like a Detroit diesel going downhill, I'm telling you.
And you're going to take a look at this action replay as Natalia Bava just swings on by in front of us here at the announcing point. For those of you that are watching this on LANightJam.com, you are most indeed are welcome. You'll see the latest results as they are posted. We have Taryn.
Oh, man. 179, 154 point.
I'm gonna stick my neck out and say that's probably put her through to the next round. But we still have how many competitors we got to go out of 10 more after her? Oh,
she has set the pace, she has set the pace, and that's her opening jump. And sometimes skiers will nail it on jump number 1. You know, they come out, they just happen to get everything working for them, and boom, off they go for the big jump out of the 3. But a lot of times it's just the opposite, is that now I'm out here. Now I'm getting a feel of things, and I can tweak a few things here on jump number 2 and tune it up a little bit. And we'll see if she can bust out over 180 feet on this second jump, as here we go. Making her turn. So critical to get that good angle coming through. And
man alive! That is just plain flat out incredible. That's incredible. And a show which you appeared in at one time there, Mr. Hank.
Yes, I did. The Evel Knievel of water ski jumping. Jumped over 14 Mastercraft ski boats, our beautiful Mastercraft, going by. And, yeah, I've had a lot of fun being on That's Incredible, doing that world record stunt.
And we're going to get the distance. It will be nothing short of incredible as the 51.8 meters, 51.8, 170 feet. Yeah. We love that jump so much. We're gonna go back all the way back and show it again. Do it at 1/3 speed.
And I think what we're going to see here is her head is going to jolt a little bit. I think she had a little bit of a upper body crush on the ramp on that jump because the way her head moved coming off the top.
But I tell you what, she is trying to contain the massive power of that Mastercraft towboat all at the same time.
And it can catch you at the bottom sometimes, and you can kind of jolt in your lift coming off the top of the ramp. Let's see if she can smooth it out and just explode off the top and put that lift along with that speed. And that you see the angle she gets out of that turn, and she just roars into the bottom. Oh, man. And it
didn't quite have all of it on that jump, but it's still a very, very reasonable distance. I mean, let's not.
And sometimes it can be deceiving because we're watching the jumper come at us versus being on the side where you can get a little more visual of the distance.
Mm-hmm. We'll soon get the distance, but probably suffice to say that 179.
Yeah, you called that one, Tony, a 156. And so going back to my statement a little bit earlier, when she hit that 179 on jump number 1, now she's going to start to, tweak it from there. But
that reminds me of a competitor that you knew and I know in the past, Mike Hazelwood, almost always in a Pro Tour tournament, one and done. Hottest on the first, takes it to the dock, takes it for the win, battling the likes of Sammy Duvall, Mike Morgan, Carl Roberge back in the day, yeah. And
Jeff Carrington, Bruce Neville, as they were just coming up in the sport as well.
All right, so our next competitor, no stranger to top-level international competition herself, this is Manon Custard.
Living in Auburndale, Florida, a student at Florida Southern University, working on her MBA. Wants to be doing that at the University of Louisiana Monroe. So trying to make that shift.
But she is out of NCWSA collegiate eligibility, so that kind of puzzles me a little bit that she would want to go to Louisiana Monroe if she wasn't going to be skiing on the team. But then again, just being on campus and being able to ski full stop has its benefits as well. So we certainly wish Manon Custard the very best of luck in that regard. As we now see Manon come into the course with her first jump. Manon Custard of France.
she's capable of putting one downtown. Let's see if she gets off to a good start. And a beautiful opening jump, nice and solid, stable in the air, good body position over her skis. She'll be happy with that for an opening jump.
And we'll take a look at this again via our slow motion replay. We're running at 1/3 speed just to give you guys who are watching our webcast right now an intimate look at the mechanics of a perfectly executed water ski jump. Manon Custard of France.
179?
A fine
Very.
effort.
Natty first jump's 179?
Yeah.
173.
45.3 meters, 45.3 meters, or 149 feet there, Hank. 45.3. So 45.3. 45-30 is how they would express it over in her native France.
Well, skis with one of the great legends in the sport of water ski jumping, Scott the Rocket Man Ellis. Skis with him over there in beautiful Polk City, Florida, home of USA Water Ski and the Water Ski Hall of Fame, the water ski capital of the world in Polk County. And let's watch Manon as she comes in for jump number 2. She's got her work cut out for her. We've got that 166-footer by Taryn Grant.
Ooh, a little bit late on this one, but ended up coming off the left-hand side of the jump and wasn't very much in control of that one, I do have to say. But we're looking at the replay again for Manon. Little bit of a lean over a left ski coming into the base of the jump, and not always the safest course of action in that regard. But the distance coming through any moment now for Manon Custard. 44.8 meters, or 147. So 45.3 represents her best jump out of the two that she's taken thus far, but that 54.7 meter jump, or 179 feet, is going to take some beating. And we do have skiers that are capable of throwing down some huge jumps. We've got the Moomba Masters champion. We've got Utami. We've got Maran Machu, European champion. We've got Jacinta Carroll, the US Masters champion. All of those competitors are capable of throwing down the distances, but let's not forget the likes of Regina Jaquis and Laura Morgan and Alex Latorano, to name but a few.
Okay, he's got some good speed coming in. Ooh, a little funky there coming off the top of the ramp. A little out of body position there. That was a little strange.
Certainly was, and we're looking at it again for the benefit of you guys watching at home or watching on your tablet or on your iPhone or Android-enabled device, being streamed to YouTube for the very, very first time. 47.0 meters, and that represents her best jump out of the three.
Now that's strange, because she looked a little, and maybe it's just my perception on how she came off the ramp, but she managed to pull it off as being her best jump. So I guess I didn't quite call that one right.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, everyone talks about having the perfect setup, having your shoulders up, having some good hip rotation through the turn, water speed, and all that. And sometimes when you get all of those factors together, you still just can't get the jump off at the right moment. But then sometimes you just hit that jump, hair on fire, Mach 2 hair on fire, everything's ablaze, and you just have managed to pick the skis up from underneath you and still put on an exceptional display of jumping, even though technique seems to fly out the window. Obviously making some kind of roundabout reference to our very last jumper, who we'll see later on, who is Jacinta Carroll. She kind of fits that mold. But jumping, certainly not for the faint of heart, Hank.
Definitely not. You really got to be gutsy. And you got to be tough. There's no getting away from it, because you do not get to this level without taking crashes, and that's part of the sport. I mean, starting off at the beginning, you're going to take your falls and get your bumps and bruises, and as you advance and progress as a jumper, you start coming in faster to the jump, getting higher off the jump, going longer distances, and you're not going to do it right every time. And these skiers all have taken quite a beating. In fact, a perfect example is, the #1 jumper in the world, the men's world jump champion, masters champion, world record holder Freddie Krueger, taking a fall just a week or so ago, and he hurt an ankle, separated some ribs, and took him out of this competition. And he was one of the stars among the others that we were looking forward to getting to watch.
Yes, indeed, and we'll find out a little bit more about that later on. But here comes June Flatberg, who herself has been no stranger to injury, but I tell you what, she is coming back to form at the right time. From Denmark, June Flatberg.
Well, this is a remarkable story, because June was the best in the world when she had a very critical crash and injury, shattering her ankle, and her ever being able to ski again was very doubtful and very, very questionable, and how she'd even walk was, the big question at the time of the injury. And to watch her come back from that injury and ski like she has is just unbelievable, an unremarkable story. Just such a hero story for this gal from Denmark, who was the world champion, the Masters champion. She was winning it all, and to have such a crippling injury that really should have taken her out of the sport, and to have her back on the scene again is just a delight. And she's a wonderful gal on top of it.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely, completely and utterly agree with what you said just then. It was 45.1 meters, 45.1 meters, 148 feet.
Let's see if she can get a little more out of jump number 2. This is where it all begins, right here. Coming into the ramp is getting that good angle out of the turn, getting good pull from the boat, and kind of throwing her head back a little bit coming off the jump. And I don't know if that's the one she's looking for. Ray Stokes, Thomas Asher, her mom, her biggest role models in the sports, and of course, unfortunately, losing her dear friend and coach and a great mentor to June, Ray Stokes.
So losing 2 meters on that particular jump, 43.1, 43.1, 141 feet on jump number 2. So still a little bit behind the 8 ball when comparing herself to the likes of Natalia Bava, who's currently in the lead right now with a 179. But just for her actually being here and competing at this level again is a victory in itself. Let's see if she can try and put the icing on the cake by coming through with a distance that could send her through to the next round, the final.
Well, she's going to have to dial it all in on this third and final jump.
So let's see what she's got. Jump number 3, June Flatberg.
Beautiful turn, good angle.
Ooh.
Oh, that could be. She had some nice speed coming into the bottom and looked a little smoother on that jump coming off the ramp and in the air.
Certainly getting speed into the bottom of the jump has never been an issue for June Flatberg, one of our more determined competitors. And certainly getting the lift to match. Now, whether it's enough to put her on 44.1 meters. So she's had 45.1, 43.1, and 44.1.
Okay, let's take a look at this rundown, what we've got going right now, Tony. We've got Natalia Bava in the lead with that 179. Taryn Grant with 166 behind her. And then we have Manon Custard from France with that 140, 154. And then we have a tie in feet and meters with Megan Siegert and June Flatberg at 148, 45.1 meters. So some very tight competition. Kate Adrianson coming out from Belgium.
Yeah, Kate Adrianson from Belgium, who is currently a grad student at LSU. And for those of you...
an MS in accounting. I mean, this is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what. I mean, among our women competitors, they are a hugely intelligent, bright bunch of people. I tell you.
I think this is a real big compliment for the sport of water skiing. Is that all these kids that are competing in high school have the opportunity to get to ski on college teams, and they're all pursuing their education, and it's just such a great thing to commend them on, because they're all trying to advance in their career as well as their skiing.
Not a particularly tidy first jump. We'll have a look at the slow motion replay. We'll drop it down to 1/4 speed, so we could take an intimate look at this particular effort. Kate Adrianson of Belgium.
Boat 150, 45.6.
45.6 meters. 45.6 meters on jump number 1, which is 150 feet. That puts her currently in outright 4th place right now. So that's Kate Adrianson of Belgium with 45.6, I do beg your pardon. Current leaderboard as it stands right now, Natalia Bava in the lead with 54.7, Taryn Grant with 50.5, Manon Custard with 47, and then we've just seen that jump of 45.6 vault into 4th for Kate Adrianson. So a lot of jumping still to come, Hank. We'll wait and see what Kate can do.
Jump number 2. Nice turn. Ooh, looked a little back on that coming off the top of the ramp, so that's going to cost her some distance. Once again, it's a little tough from this perspective to see everything technically with their leaving the ramp and through the air, because the skier's coming at us, versus if we were on the side being able to watch. Yeah, losing some big distance on jump number 2. Tony dropping down to a 123 and on her heels a little bit. So she's going to have to say, okay, what I like about jump number 1, and let's forget about jump number 2 and dial this thing in on jump number 3 and try to get my big jump of the day. But that 150-foot jump, the 49.6 meters, has put her in what position now? She's hanging in there.
Yeah, 45.6 meters, that 150-foot jump. That's put her in 4th place right now. But there's still a lot of jumping to come. I mean, we've got Nancy Shardan coming up next, then Alex Latorano, Regina Jaquis, Lauren Morgan, Utami, Maran Machu, and Jacinta Carroll. So even at this stage, we can't really truly predict or even begin to speculate who's made it through to the next round of the competition, although Natalia Bava has certainly staked a pretty sizable claim to that distinction.
Yeah, I'm going to put my money on the fact that she's going into the final round tomorrow. Okay, here comes Kate, jump number 3. Nice jump. Clean off the top of the ramp, good body position coming off the top, nice and stable in the air over her skis. Now it's just a matter, did she have the speed to go with that takeoff and flight through the air?
More importantly, did she have the distance? I tell you, that jump, I believe, is going to be the best out of the 3. However,
a 150 on jump number 1, 49.6 meters is what we're looking to break. 145, 44.2, Tony. So once again, jump number 1, the big jump.
Yeah, everyone seems to be a little bit more relaxed with the first jump and just allowing the skis and everything to flow. And then the pressure starts to set in with the remaining 2 jumps. And then sometimes that works in the skier's favor, sometimes not so much.
Well, I've seen so many big jumps on jump number 3 be the jump. A lot of times my best jump has been my 3rd jump, and I just don't always get the best jump on jump number 1, and then I work it from there, and kind of getting proved wrong here today, except Taryn Grant's best jump was jump number 1. Megan Siegert had good jumps on number 1 and jump number 3. Natalia's best jump was jump number 1. And so it's kind of getting mixed up a little bit. Manon Custard's jump number 3 was her big one. So it's a little different, but that's what makes it exciting, is to just see when that long jump's going to happen.
And you'll see the distance in meters and in feet for every single one of the jumps recorded. On lanightjam.com, under the live webcast tab, you will see the player for the elimination round, the preliminary round, and also the last chance qualifier. And beneath that, you will see the distances. They are recorded every single time that a skier lands. So, skier on the water right now is Nancy Shardan. So Nancy Shardan coming in. First jump. Let's take a look at this.
Well, she's got some speed, and she's got some lift, and she's got a beauty for jump number 1.
Certainly right about that one, and we'll take a look at this again from the alternate angle. Of course, much of what you're seeing right now with the with this webcast on lanightjam.com is it's essentially a test to make sure that it's all working fine for the finals.
Well, Tony Lightfoot, you've done a great job with getting all this up and running, and your technical expertise and your dedication, your time, and presenting this broadcast. I'm sorry.
49.6. 49.6. That's 163 feet. That immediately vaults her into 3rd place right now, just behind Taryn Grant with a 166. 49.6 meters, 163 feet. Hold on. So 49.6. So let's have a look and see what Nancy Shardan can do.
Well, dandy opening jump at 163. It looks like she's got some more speed on that second one. Oh.
But still feels that she can do a lot more. Headers down a little bit and stomping down her skis. As we'll have a look at this once again via action replay.
It looks like after the second wake, she really accelerated into the bottom, and that's what you want to do.
50.1.
Yeah, she came over that second wake, and just as she was coming to the bottom, you could see her continue to accelerate, and that's what you want to do, and hit the bottom of the ramp with the most speed and pull you can get from the boat, and then take it from there. Continue to ski left to get that direction away from the boat, so to keep that line tight, build up that torque on the rope.
Yes, indeed. And 50.1, 164 feet. That consolidates her current third-place position right now. Taryn Grant is still in the lead with 50.5, which is 166 feet, and Natalia Bava quite possibly a shoe-in with 54.7 meters, which is 179 feet. But all that can change with the remaining skiers. They're all the top-seeded competitors, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Nancy Shardan, jump number 3.
Oh, look at that speed. On the left.
Oh, man. She put it all together on jump number 3 as well. Wow, what a great performance by Nancy.
Looks like we're going to take a little bit of a timeout before we get the distance on that one, because sometimes there are one or two technical difficulties that come about from measuring these distances, and this time around no exception. Looks like we're going to have to replot that jump and come up with a distance in just a moment or so. But I tell you what, that was an absolute dandy of a jump. Nancy Shardan of France. And certainly seems to be jumping better now that the pressures of school and everything are well and truly off her shoulders, having recently graduated from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette.
It's amazing how many of these skiers ski down here in Louisiana, either at University of Louisiana Monroe or Lafayette, and they're powerhouses in the national championships, with winning numerous national championship titles.
Okay, and whilst we wait for our next jumper to take to the water, we'll pause for a second.
Mo Isom here at the breathtakingly beautiful and truly historic Nottoway Plantation. Let's go see if this shack is worth adding to my real estate portfolio.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well.
Nottoway.
Can we look inside? Yeah, come on. Awesome. This is like a resort. You said that you grew up around the area, so you're really familiar with everything?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy working at the plantation?
I can't not love working here. You're walking into a beautiful old house. You can't just go to work and be like, oh, darn, I have to go to a plantation. A lot of the time, our guests actually come more than once because they love us so much. People can actually have dinner in here.
So if you come to Nottoway to visit, you can actually sleep in the Nottoway house with all of the gold and the expensive furniture. Did they have an iHome back in the day? Can I look what's back here?
I mean, you really shouldn't go. Okay.
Oh.
Cool. What are you wearing?
What on earth? I learned to conduct an orchestra the other day from a conductor. There was a lot of wrist flicking.
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably also play a harp.
Well, you're not really supposed to touch the harp.
I can't touch the harp.
You're not really supposed to touch the
I
harp.
won't touch the harp. So this plantation home was like ransacked during the Civil War?
Yeah, it didn't get destroyed thanks to Miss Randolph. Her husband left her during the war to go grow cotton because he wanted more money. Took the sons, took the boys, left her here pregnant, and she had kitchen knives that she'd protect the house with.
Somebody's gonna have to run me out of here with a knife. I don't want to leave.
That can be arranged. We do anything for our guests here at Nottoway.
I feel like I want to use a cat.
And Hank, a beautiful view of that Mastercraft Pro Star towboat, and newest addition to the line of Mastercraft towboats, and this one is definitely something special.
Oh, it sure is. A lot of work put into this, a lot of input from the skiers. And they really think they've got something with this new boat that we have the pleasure having Mastercraft bring to the night jam.
Okay, and obviously one of the people instrumental in bringing this boat on board and helping and leading the technical effort to get this boat developed and entering production in the next few weeks is Mr. Arn Clow.
Arn has dedicated an enormous amount of time on this and had the fun experience last night at dinner chatting with him about the boat and how they listen so much to the skiers and take all of their input. You know, you get the best guys in the world like Freddie Krueger giving you insight on what they feel could be better. The dash is fantastic. The screen in there, it is so user-friendly. And what I mean by the screen, it's just a touch-tone screen that you pick slalom, jump, tricks, whatever mode that you want to be in, adjusting the speeds, calibrating all of that. It's just so easy to do with this new touch screen that they have on the dash, and really have done a remarkable job with this new Mastercraft, and the skiers are loving it.
They certainly are, and we'll wait on the distance. And looks like Nancy Shardan is actually going to take a third jump again because they weren't able to plot the distance on their original third jump. Now,
that's a tough break because I think that was their big one.
It was a big one, yes, but already she's put herself into third place, and she's only 0.4 of a meter away from climbing at least into equal second place, although one of the tiebreaker, actually, if she does climb to equal that jump of Taryn Grant of 50.5 meters, she would actually have the upper hand because her backup jumps are far superior in that respect. But if Nancy Shardan harbors any true ambitions to get towards the top, then something over more than 50.5 meters is going to have to really be...
She's going to need a big one. I mean, it's... we've got the top women in the world lining up by their performances to come out yet, and there's some big guns in there, so she really would want to see one in the 70s.
Oh, and I don't think she got everything on that jump. Looked a little crossed over off the top of the ramp.
Yep, that wasn't the jump number 3 she had originally, which is a tough break.
And you know, in these situations, you could look back retrospectively and say, you know, if I'd have had that jump, if I'd have just connected, it could have been enough to send me through to the next round. But she's going to have to play the waiting game now, as is the case with a lot of our other competitors, including Natalia Bava, whose jump of 54.7 meters, although it's the best jump thus far, it's not even 100% assured of her getting through to the next round, although it's pretty darn close.
Yeah, I'm going to bet my money that Natty's going into that next round of jumping without a doubt. But you never, like you said, Tony, you never can tell. You never can tell. Well, our current pending national jump record holder, Alex Latorano, coming out next.
Distance for Nancy in meters?
We're working on it.
Thank you much.
Don't let her go, Carrie.
Okay, so we're still working on getting the jump distance for Nancy Shardan.
Good. Oh, Alex? Hold on, we're still not sure.
Yeah, we're still working out one or two technical issues in regards to that performance.
No, we got the distance. It is 148, 148 with a meters 452. 452.
148 on jump number 3 for Nancy Shardan. And that's kind of a little bit of going to Heartbreak Hotel on that third jump for her, because I would say, I think we both feel, Tony, that her original third jump was the big jump out of the 3 for her, but we'll never know that. That distance has floated away into the atmosphere that cannot be tracked down, so a tough break for Nancy.
All right, and continuing on along the Elvis theme with a little less conversation, a little more action, we have our next competitor, Alex Latorano.
Well, out of the eastern region, when she was growing up in Connecticut, and a great snow skier on top of a national champion snow skier, and then dedicated all her time to water skiing, and now has become one of the top women jumpers and overall skiers, trick skiers in the world, living in the Orlando area in Windermere, training, and she has a pending national jump record this year. Let's watch as she comes in for jump number 1.
Oh, look at that speed.
Oh man.
Alive! Holy moly!
You got that right. Boy, she was smooth from that turn through the wakes, building and building up speed into the bottom of the ramp, and nailed it. And you could just tell by the way she floated through the air that she really got a hold of jump number 1, and we've got room to move. Let's talk about this. We'll wait for the distance, but Tony, one of the things that you see happen when a skier gets a big jump number 1, oh, wow, 169, 51.4 meters on that opening jump. What can happen after a big jump like that is they try a little too hard to go further, and in doing that, you end up going less in distance. So it's really not, you just went that far on jump number 1. Kind of keep it doing the same, and the distance will come. You know, you might get a little more speed in the bottom, a little more lift, but don't get too dramatic with this, you know.
And I tell you what, this is a complete turnaround from maybe a couple of seasons ago, where I remembered her at the U.S. Masters when she had an absolute nightmare of a set and going out the front twice. But let's see what she can do here.
Once again, a very smooth turn, good speed into the bottom, and gets up in the air and pops off another big jump number 2.
And did you notice that the wind's starting to get up a little bit?
Mm-hmm. And you can see the float in the air, how they can just feather on top of that wind.
And we're having a look at, once again, at Alex Latorano's second jump. taking in a whole bunch of speed, so much so that she gets lift off the wakes prior to hitting the ramp.
You can just see that nice float and lift that she gets in the air, and she is showing her stuff.
I'm not too sure whether that second jump distance is going to be as far as her first, kind of what we were alluding to just a few moments ago, but we are going to get the distance anyhow. And
oh my, knocking on that door to challenge Natalia Bava, 173.
Repeat meters. Whoa, 52.6 meters. That's a 173. She's in second right now.
She is in second right now, and just exactly like we spoke. Keep it going the same way. Don't get too revved up because you had a dandy opener. You know, just be smooth, and the distance going to come. And exactly that is what happened on jump number 2. And now she just might bring in a little more heat. Good turn. And she's flying into the bottom, and it got her.
No, she missed it.
She missed it, and that's probably trying to build up that speed and have more power coming into the bottom, and just couldn't quite handle it. You can see her coming in.
A decent effort, not the jump she was looking for on attempt number 3, but that second jump of 52.6 will certainly give her a very, very credible claim to make it through to the next round of the competition.
I'm gonna put her into the final round. That's not a given, but it's a pretty good guess, I would say. Our record pending national jump record holder, Alex Latorano. Yeah, 143 on jump number 3. You can tell she lost it on that one.
I don't know. How far was the second jump?
173. Adam Sedemeyer, her boyfriend, stopping by on his motorcycle, you hear, leaving to check out the distance on jump number 2, and delighted with the news.
He likes to check things out. All right, then. So we've just reordered the spreadsheet. For those of you checking in on the results below the webcast, Natalia still in the lead with 54.7. Alex Latorano 52.6 in second. Taryn Grant in third with 50.5. Nancy Shardan with 50.1. So
fourth, and who's number 5 on taking the 5 tomorrow? So Manon Custard is on the bubble right now.
She's on the bubble now. This is the situation. This is the situation where we take 5 immediately through to the finals, but we have room for an additional jumper via the LCQ, which will take place almost immediately after the conclusion of this round of jumps. So, as it stands right now, I mean, even though we're a little unsure as to who has made it through to the finals, what we can tell you are the skiers who will have to ski in the LCQ. They consist of June Flatberg, Megan Siegert, and Kate Adrianson. And if a jump is recorded of more than 47 meters, then Manon Custard will be joining them. This is Regina Jaquis. And a dandy of a first jump there, Hank.
Boy, well, she is one of the true superstars of the sport today, and she will be a definite Hall of Famer when this skiing career of her comes to an end, because she has done it all.
Yes, indeed, and continues to amaze, and she has a career as well. She's a pharmacist.
She has a doctor of pharmacy. She has a pharmacy. She's a pharmacist. She's a world record holder, is a current women's slalom world record holder, a world champion, a masters champion. She's just 2013 IWWF Athlete of the Year. Won the world's overall championships into 11, 10, and 9.
Okay, so first jump is 48.1. 48.1. Now with 48.1, that bumps out Manon Custard. So Manon Custard has to go into the LCQ. Regina Jaquis with 48.1 meters takes her spot now in 5th place. Yeah, it's a 159. They called 159, although the conversion on the spreadsheet shows 158. But let's have a look.
Well, this gal has been a superstar since she was just 13 years old.
Oh, that is smooth.
He kind of threw it off to the left a little bit. She's really attacking that ramp. Made it into the finals of the U.S. Open when she was just in the girls division, 13 years old, and placed 3rd. A great overall skier. She has been a champion of champions.
We're going to get the distance any moment now for Regina Jaquis.
Okay, amping it up a little bit to 160.
48.7, but still needs a substantial amount of distance to really put herself in the top echelons. So Regina Jaquis, 48.7, which is 160 feet. And at this stage, with how many competitors we got? We've got 5 competitors to go. So, in order for Regina Jaquis to make it through to the next round of the competition, immediately she has to jump more than 54.7 meters.
Well, this is going to be the jump she's got to answer the call on. And this 3rd jump has to be her best. Good turn. Let's see if she can be smoother coming off the ramp.
Oh,
that looked better. That looked better. That could be the jump right there. On jump number 2, she was leaning a little left as she came off the top of the ramp. On this jump, she was square. Her lift came up and forward. That could be the jump. Technically, it looked better coming off the top of the ramp. Whether she had the speed and pull from the boat off the jump and in the air will be the question as we await the distance.
Yes, indeed, and we're waiting on that distance right now. Anything more than 54.7 and Regina is through. Anything less than Natalia is through, with 4 competitors remaining.
Anxiously waiting for the distance. And Tony, the conditions are just beautiful. 170 feet. And there's a perfect example of how you got to put it all together on jump number 3. And Regina Jaquis, our world champion, doing just that. 10-foot difference on jump number 3. And I thought it looked better. Her body position was perfect coming off the top of the ramp. Square over her skis and a dandy jump.
All right, then. So, in the top 3 of our jumpers right now, based upon the results, so Natalia Bava, she's through to the next round of the competition with 4 competitors remaining. But right up behind her, we have 2 skiers from the United States, Alex Latorano with 52.6 meters, 173 feet, and then Regina Jaquis with 170 feet or 51.7 meters. Now, there's a possibility of another skier from the United States possibly make it up into the higher echelons, and that skier is Lauren Morgan.
Lauren Pucci Morgan, 20-year-old out of Florida in the Tampa area there. And gets to ski with the world-renowned McCormick Ski School, skiing with Michael McCormick over there in Tampa. And, of course, skis with the group up at the Pica Ski School up in Santa Rosa, which is up there in the panhandle of Florida. And then in the beautiful center of the state in Polk City at Ski Fluid with Scott Ellis and Kyle Ead. And this young gal has really blossomed.
Oh. And almost losing it off the second wakes into a jump, but she's strong enough to hold that jump together.
Yeah, a little shaky there coming through the wakes on jump number 1, but
so be intrigued to find out what that jump distance is on the first attempt. I don't think it's probably going to...
well, her best jump has been a 174. Hasn't a big year this year. Won the pro tournament in Russia. That was a big highlight in her career with that jump. Qualified for the Masters.
49.5.
Took a second in the Rocket Man last year, a second in the Malibu Open, and our Open Women's National Jump Champion. We started setting records in the girls division. I mean, it's just fun to watch how her career has blossomed, but her grandpa, one of the greatest senior competitors of all times, Dr. J.D. Morgan, and her dad, one of the top open men's skiers in the world. Let's watch jump number 2. Oh boy, she got up on top of him on that one, and she needs to ride this one out, and she does. She got some lift off of jump number 2, came up in the air and just floated down that jump course. I think that's a big jump.
Certainly.
But her dad, former U.S. team member, U.S. Open jump champ, and slalom champion extraordinaire. Wow, I thought that was a bigger jump than jump number 2. It looked better than her opening jump, but jump number 2 didn't have the punch to it that I thought it did. It sure was a good-looking jump, but
yeah,
it's a little deceiving from our perspective, as you can.
So 48.8 meters on that second jump, losing 4 feet. That translates to 160 feet with that jump. And as it stands right now, only one competitor has made it through to the next round of the competition. We send 5 through immediately. And for the benefit of you people watching at home and looking at the results, I have just bolded up the name of Natalia Bava to indicate that she is through to the next round of the competition. Now, who will be filling out the remaining 4 spots as they stand right now?
Okay, Tony, here we go. Poochie, Lauren Morgan needs to put it all together on jump number 3. She's got some good speed. Okay, that looked big. It looked like she had a bunch of speed coming in and got some lift to go through it. It could be deceiving, though, but hopefully that's going to be the jump she needed to catapult her into the top 5.
To make it through to the next round of the competition, that jump needed to be something like that.
I love it. 170. 51.8 meters, which puts her ahead of Regina Jaquis' 170-foot jump by 1/10 of a meter. I've lost a national championship by 1/10 of a meter, and I know how that feels. Tied at a distance with Ham Wallace back in the day, and they took it from feet to meters, and doggone it if he didn't beat me by 1/10 of a meter. Devastating, but what are you going to do? Just come
and I'm
out
sure
another
that
day.
Ham Wallace is watching this webcast in Nashville, Tennessee, and appreciates every word that you just said.
What a great champion he's been, and an inspiration, and one of our best competitors ever since the boys division. He has been a great champion.
Okay, guess whose name I'm bolding up right now, Hank?
Utami.
Okay, so Utami is next, and Alex Latorano, by virtue of that jump from Lauren Morgan.
And she has made it into the top 5.
Yeah, made it into the top. Guaranteed, yes, because we've got 3 competitors to go, including Utami. Top 5 go through. Then there is a last chance qualifier, otherwise known as a repêchage in French. And with one more competitor being admitted through to the next
Who's
round
on
of
the bubble
competition.
right now, Tony?
On the bubble right now, obviously Laura Morgan. She's in third place right now, and she has a distance of 51.8 meters. Then
Number
you've got,
5 position that really can be knocked out with this next jump is who?
is Taryn Grant.
Taryn Grant. So she's the first one that can go to Heartbreak Hotel if we get a big jump over 166 feet.
So here comes Finland's Utami, Moomba Masters jump champion. Here she comes. Oh, and passing up on jump number 1. And in fact, out of all of our women's thus far, that's the first pass we've seen.
And it's always a good call. You hate missing that jump opportunity, but it's better to take a pass than to come into the jump uncomfortable. Either she might have been too early, which means she would have had to let up on her cut into the bottom of the ramp and not drive into the bottom. You do not want to do that. You have to take a pass. You have to be building all the way into the bottom of the ramp with your speed. You cannot not be attacking the jump. You let up and bad things happen. Or she was very late, which means she might have caught the corner of the ramp and not got completely on the jump, cutting to it from right to left. You got to time it perfectly so you do get on the jump. And maybe just her body position wasn't right. After coming through that second wake, she might have not been in the body position that she needed to, and then another smart call, don't take the jump. If it's not right, don't take it.
Well, here are two schools of thought insofar as training is concerned. She's been here all week. And a lot of these girls only arrived maybe yesterday to get a few training sets in behind this new boat. Now, maybe she's gone a little bit too familiar with the setup and maybe decided to pass up because of some stuff that she was able to pick up, whereas some of the others have not been able to pick up on the little eccentricities here.
Yes, here we go. Let's watch the turn. This is where she needs to get her angle and speed building up into the bottom.
That's better.
And she blasts off a jump number 2. Nice.
We're just looking at this again for the benefit of you webcast audience out there. Utami taking in a whole bunch of speed coming into the bottom of the jump there.
Okay, we have a pass, and we have a 1.6.
That's 50.5 meters. 50.5 meters or 166 feet. Now, it's a tie with Taryn Grant.
Okay. And this is where you wish you would have got on jump number 1, and it was a 166, and you have 2 more jumps remaining. But this is the situation. The plot thickens here now on this third jump for Utami. Is she needs to put it all together and get a huge third jump. Her best jump is 171 feet, so she's going to really have to knock on the door of a best performance here.
More intrigue and mystery than a Hitchcock novel.
And here we go. Nice position gliding out on the side of the boat, ready to make the turn. Here it is, and she's got to bring it in hard.
Oh,
and
that's
I
better.
don't think you think so. I don't know.
It's gonna be.
We've got a pro and a toss-up here. Tony thinks she might have nailed it on that one. I thought she gave into the boat a little bit coming off the ramp, and we're going to find out. It can be a little deceiving from our perspective, and she needs a big jump.
And we certainly hope that this third and last jump is going to be a big one for her, but we'll soon see. 51.1 meters.
Well, you called it. It was a better jump. Not a huge better jump, but still 2 feet better, and that
That bumps out Taryn Grant, and Taryn's going to have to go to the LCQ.
And that puts Utah on the bubble.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely right. Let's have a look at the... Alex, way to go. Let's have a look at our spreadsheet again. And that means, therefore, by virtue of that jump, Lauren Morgan is through to the next round of the competition with 2 competitors remaining. Now, the bubble competitors, Regina Jaquis with 51.7 meters, which is 170 feet, and Utami with 51.1, which is 168. Now, the top 2 seeded jumpers beckon, the first of which is...
Maran Machu from
yes.
France coming out, and she actually living in Auburndale, Florida, right there by the Water Ski Hall of Fame and USA Water Ski. Skis with the Rocket Man, Scott Ellis, over there on Lake Tennessee. And what a great champion she has been, the French national record holder. 178 feet has been her longest jump. Of course, her parents, Scott Ellis, Andy Mapple, have been such great mentors to her. Bronze medalist in overall championships at the last World. So she'll be gearing up, Tony, for this World Championship coming up in Chile.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll be there as well. The Water Ski Broadcasting Company will be there, live webcasting that event, with live coverage starting on November the 26th. So,
Maran Machu from France coming in, jump number 1. She's got her work cut out for her. She needs a big one to get in the top 5.
Oh, little... Oh, that right ski! I'm not even too sure that ski may actually impacted the bottom right-hand corner, because skis...
I'm going to guess this, Tony. By the way she landed and spinned around and the way she came off the ramp, I would think she possibly caught that right corner with her ski and ripped off her fin.
Well, let's have a look at this action replay. Let's see how late she was. She was backing off the second wake into the jump. Actually, we could spin this back. It'll be a little bit hard to tell whether there was any kind of debris coming off the right ski. But she got a pretty good amount of distance there for that jump, but the landing, not much.
You see, if that fin is broken and it's dangling, it's going to cause you to, it's going to pull you in the water.
Okay, so looks like Scott Ellis is going to be called into service. If that fin is not intact,
it might not be, because it looks like she's putting her skis on.
That doesn't appear to be any rushed or hurried motion towards the starting dock. Remember, when the skiers hit the dock, they have 3 minutes to get their equipment repaired to the point where they can continue to ski.
And she looks like she's putting them on. And the more I think about it, she would have probably been a little more funky in the air if she would have caught that corner. That ski would have been, it dipped on her a little bit, like you called it when you saw it coming off the top of the ramp in her body position with that right ski down a little bit. But
yeah, there would have been more of a safety crush to try and actually.
Yeah, she would have been a little more wobbly in the air, possibly.
Okay, so for all intents and purposes, on jump number 1 will be recorded as a full. I'll record it as such on the spreadsheet here that you guys that are watching lanightjam.com
and let's talk about the LCQ, Tony, that you've been bringing up throughout this event, that whoever doesn't make it into the top 5, they go to the LCQ.
Yes.
The last chance qualifier.
Yeah. So far in the LCQ, we've got Taryn Grant, Nancy Shardan, Manon Custard, Kate Adrianson, Megan Siegert, and June Flatberg. Those competitors are in the LCQ. The skiers that have avoided having to ski in the LCQ have made it through to the next round of the competition. Natalia Bava, Alex Latorano, and Lauren Morgan.
In those distances, as we take a look over there, 179.
173.
173. 170. And another 170 by Regina Jaquis, but she's on the bubble, kind of.
Yes, indeed. And
with a 170-foot jump, you're on the bubble. Is that some unbelievable women's jumping? You're watching the best, folks, right here at the qualifier for the L.A. Night Jam at Bennett Ski School, Zachary, Louisiana. And here comes Maran Machu, and she puts one together on jump number 2, and that's what she wanted to get done, taking care of business on that second jump, looking much better. And for a jumper, you know, this happened to me at the national championships this year, actually. First jump wasn't quite right, got a little back, had a funky landing, and ended up in the drink with skis here and there, and got on the back of the boat like we watched Marion. But you know what? It settled me down, and it really relaxed me. And after came out and had 2 big jumps after that, and my best nationals, so it was a treat. And kind of saw that from Marion on this jump. You know, a little bad landing and got back up, but now she seemed to settle down a little bit, and nerves are settled down, and comes out on jump number 2 and gets a nice second jump with a distance of
50.2. So she's going to have to conjure up something with her last jump. Something more than 51.7 meters. So she's looking for another 1.5 meters. 165 feet on jump number 2.
165. Okay, so here once again now, Lauren Poochie Morgan picked up 10 feet on jump number 3. Let's see if Maran Machu from France can do it. She's set up. She makes her turn. She's got some speed coming in.
No.
I don't know if that's going to be big enough. 20 saying no. I'm saying I don't know. Didn't seem to get the pop off the top of the jump, the lift that she needed.
There wasn't much in the way of upward inertia to really combine with the speed that she brought in to that particular jump. Maran Machu from France. She's probably going to be in the LCQ on the basis of that jump. We're going to get the distance. If it's anything over 51.7 meters, then she'll have avoided that. But I don't think she's recorded such a jump, I'm afraid. We'll get the distance, but we're taking a bit of time, though, on getting that distance somehow.
Okay, well, that's a ticket to Hart.
That's her best
Break
jump,
Hotel.
though. 50.3, which means that Maran Machu is not through to the finals, but she has one last chance to make it through to the finals with the LCQ. However, at her loss is somebody else's gain. And that person who has gained is Regina Jaquis with 51.7 meters. Now,
on the bubble.
On the bubble now, Utami with 51.1 meters at 168 feet. I mean, could you ever imagine that 168 feet would be on the bubble?
Would be on the bubble
to make a cut.
And everybody above her has jumped 170 or better. That is some phenomenal women's jumping. Her PB is 183 feet. Jacinta Leah Carroll coming out of Geelong, Australia. And won this year's Masters jump title at the 2013 U.S. Masters, the 2013 Mandurah World Cup jump champ, 2013 Palembang World Cup champion, 2013 Malibu Open jump champion. This young gal has just been tearing it up.
Let's just say that she's pretty much won it all.
And she really has been so impressive. 20 years old, out of Geelong, Australia. Jacinta Carroll coming in, jump number 1. Oh, and she's not holding back and puts one out there on her opening leap.
I think she's probably staked a valid enough claim to make it through to the next round of the competition. So
she is the under 21 world record holder.
Uh, 53.4 meters. It's 175 feet. Yeah, she's through to the next round.
She is in the next round. Now, it'll be interesting to see she's going to take her next two jumps.
I'm not going to even bother to wait to the end to reorder this spreadsheet. I'm just going to go right away and just say, hey.
Well, we might have longer than a 179 to shake up that leaderboard a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm ordering with I'm ordering with the column that has the best jump. So right now,
okay.
So she's in second place right now,
with two jumps remaining as she makes her
Absolutely.
countercut, gets out wide on the side of that beautiful new Mastercraft towboat, our official towboat here at the LA Night Jam. And here we go, Jacinta Carroll, jump number 2.
Oh, yeah!
That was a dandy. She got some lift and float. Beautiful second jump. She is bringing it on.
Oh, she put some stank on that one, I tell you. Yep. Native of Geelong in Australia, in the state of Victoria. Loves her cats. The Geelong Cats of the AFL unfortunately weren't able to make the grand final this year.
Ooh, 54.5, 179. So a couple of meters shy of Natalia Bava, our current women's world jump record holder, as things heat up with one more jump remaining.
So, 54.4 meters, 178 feet. So, and Natalia is footing her right now.
Well, it all comes down to this is when it gets exciting, more so in the finals than in the prelims here. But one jump here to see who's going to be the leader of this preliminary round. It all comes down to this jump right now. Will it be Natalia or will it be Jacinta Carroll out of Australia coming in on her third and final jump? Flies through those wakes, ooh, and not comfy, coming into the bottom and takes a pass.
Well, passing up on jump number 3 and didn't really need to take the jump anyway. I mean, she'd already gone through to her next round, and the only reason why she wanted to take that jump is maybe to get an upper hand on Natalia going through to the next round of the competition, of which she has done so. She did it on the very first jump.
And this could be one of those passes where she says, you know what, I'm in. Let me go maybe bring it down a little bit later and turn and see where I end up, just to get the feel of it so that in the next round, I know where I'm going to end up cutting from a little later spot. Was I on or was I not on? That could have been a very good strategy to get the feel of bringing it on just a little bit heavier, a little more heat into the final round. Excellent jumping.
So some exceptional jumping. The LCQ will take place in just a few moments, but for now, we're going to take a little bit of a break. And we'll rejoin the competition with the LCQ. Be sure to check the play on the right-hand side of the page of lanightjam.com. But for now, this is the conclusion of the elimination round. The LCQ is next. It's right there. All of it's right there.
Regina. We're missing somebody. Natalia, Jacinta, Alex, Lauren.
Regina's in, yeah. Regina's in. She's in by 0.1, by 0.6 of a meter ahead of Utami. Right. Okay. So now I've got to change some settings.
And are they going to go right out into the LCQ?
They're going to go into the LCQ. Yeah. Let me go to here. They're going to refuel the boat.
Who's in?
You're at